The Sibwings Antonov AN-2 Colt. Does it hold up to the Colt legend? Will it fly like a Colt, take off like a Colt, and land like a Colt? Pretty much all summed up in that word fly like a Colt. But let us find out, folks. As I said in the landing video, I absolutely adore the airplane's flight dynamics and frame rate. Why are you going down to... Rex, you're not going to be on this video. Bad, Rex. Bad. No clouds. Yeah, I'm going to let everybody know right now. The airplane is beautifully, seemingly, it seems to run great with frame rates. But recording, she just does not like to record. And if you do not recognize this airfield, this is because it is a custom airfield being made by me and Jackson down in the Florida Everglades. We like to call Christine Airfield. And as you can see, we're right by a barn. You know, we've been building it to suit our needs, and we're housing all the great legends of the sky here. And in fact, over there's supposed to be a big old lake I'm trying to build, but it glitched out. That's eventually going to hold the Spruce Goose if I can get support and help on her, and if I can, you know, get a successful working Spruce Goose for this place. Now let us shut up our thing, turn off, we'll see. See, here's the fun thing with the parking brake. Parking brake's the control lock. It's weird, but fun. Alright, let's kick in our... did I not just set this to clear all... Apparently the flight sim does not know what clear all weather means. Let me check to see if Rex's task is still running. No, Rex's task is still not running, so we'll just have to go into custom weather down here. User defined. Visibility unlimited. Wind speed none. That's how it should be. As I was saying. Let's put the mixture up. Yes, the mixture does go downward. It's Russian, so don't expect too many things that American aircraft have. And hold on, fellow subscribers, lousy telemarketers, what can you do about them? You know? Alright, let's get on with the shoe. Here, let's see. Engine gauges online. Now, for this being a Russian aircraft, you'd expect it to, you know, be in Russian completely. Well, just checking to make sure, because what's happening here is I think the light's not getting passed onto this, so it's just appearing as dark. But it's in English. There's a full Russian cockpit you can get. This is I think it's air, I forget. This is your voltmeter down here. See, there you go. That tests it. This is your oil, cooler, anti-fire. I got all of these on. I like to have them on for startup. And I like to open the stuff for startup because she will get hot sometimes. And by the way, if you're wondering what repaint I'm currently flying, it is the Fantasy Flight repaint for this aircraft. I believe, yes, it does have a pitot tube cover right there, which will disappear, I'm guessing, either once the engine is started or, you know. Now, this aircraft starts like the real Russian. 3, 4 shots of primer, 5 for good luck. It has a, you see what I'm talking about? It has a centrifugal clutch in it, centrifugal starter, like the 17. You literally have to start it like the other bird. Real life, it's just the same way they start them. Now, technically, what's happening is just a sound effect. But you know what? I like to gas the throttle a little anyway, just in case it isn't. It seems to be. There we go. Because I like to do what I see in the videos, and for the most part, you can't do that. She'll respond just like the real life versions. Pitot heat check lamp. I guess that's gonna get hot. Chip detector is detecting. Let me just turn on pitot heat, see if that causes it to work. largest room at this airfield is currently 8,000 feet, which will fit most beasts of the sky, as we call them. This is a beautiful airplane so far, $20 in American, and so far, very worth it. Very, very worth it. With the landing lights off, how's our oil looking? Oil is currently warming. We'll do a flap check. The manual recommends 15 degrees, but I like to go in 30 degrees because you can really float out your landings and smooth them out. By the way, yes, those are flaperons. Ailerons built in as flaps, and I will demonstrate the automatic anti-stall feature. This basically pops out, depending on your pitch, how far it'll pop out, and I'll demonstrate it with an engine off. I may not. I don't think there's a feathering switch in this aircraft, is there? Those emergency flaps up. Let's see. I want to trust this. And by the way, this is flaps down, flaps up. Weird system, but it works. Alright, oil's about 60. Let's do a mag check, which we do at about 2,000 RPMs, about 8 on the compressor dial. By the way, that's not manifold. It's going to be kilograms or whatever. This is all metric, by the way. That's Celsius. Well, I don't know why that's different yet. Celsius, liters, I believe. Oh, no. Yeah, liters. Meters. And kilometers. So, mag checks. That mag checks. That works. See, I like to run through that. I don't think it's on the checklist, but I like to do that anyway. Just to be safe. Alright, let's begin our taxi. She will taxi at a relatively low speed, but be forewarned, she's got differentials just like the 17, so you will be taxiing with engine power. As porto demonstratum, full power on the engine. This is my turning radius. The prop wash influences turn direction in this aircraft, so make sure you're kicking your rudder while you're turning. It will help out a lot. That is our exhaust you are seeing. We'll take off with the coral runway. Yes, that is a coral runway in FS. It's alien for FS. Let's see if I can move the steps. Okay, see, what you're seeing happening here is the engine was getting a little hot with the collar. The engine will smoke and rattle and shake. I can't seem to control shift 2. The stairs don't seem to want to remove. Yeah, they don't want to seem to remove. There might be a bug, but there is one bug that if Sibwings does see this video, and I will be making a post on the forums to you, Sibling, about this, I'm going to make a video trying to replicate this glitch. The airplane will sometimes spawn in on, like all switches will be on or something. The radio altimeter will be beeping like it's been activated, and I haven't checked to see if it was, but the switches will be up. Like these here switches here will be up. Some of them will be up, and the animation will not click down. You can shut them off, but they will not click down, and the whole airplane has to be reloaded. Granted, with whatever system you guys have put in, reloading pretty much puts it back to the state you last left it in, which I am happy with. Good job there. But, yes, I am unsure what the problem is. I'm sure you guys are working on a patch for it. Considering I just updated her, she's the 2.3 flight dynamics, and thanks to the load manager, the most up-to-date AN-2 you guys have. I haven't turned it on lately in the last 2 days. I think I got her about 4 days ago. Roughly around 4 days. But this is one thing you guys may seem a little odd of the Antonov AN-2. We need to set our trim to 10 degrees down. It's higher for if you've got a payload on you. Right now I think we're just stock block and barrel. Let me check No. We're loaded with passengers, but we're not fuel laden as I expected, but... Oops, almost forgot to flick these babies on. Now, the AN-2 is a beautifully flying aircraft. I mean, just sitting here, the graphics on it look beautiful. Heck, I think even on takeoff, if we take off wrong, you will see the anti-stall system kick in. 50 degrees flap on takeoff. And you only put in 10 on the compressor dial. As far as I can currently tell, it is hard to tell because of the manual. That is one thing Sibwings I recommend expanding on for, you know, English-speaking pilots. We can read it, but the manual is a bit confusing for people coming over from planes like the B-17G and stuff. By the way, at this current airspeed we are at, by the way, the engine is smoking again. If I had flied full power, we would have taken off a lot sooner and more flap. Plus, we are fuel laden. This baby will take off at 530 feet. If you read the manuals, the maximum landing it says is 1400, but I'm betting you with full flaps and lighter fuel, I can get that down to about 300 easily. If you consider the takeoff runway the 17s usually use, and I can get them off on a 2,000-foot strip fully fuel laden, yeah. Pull back our power a little. Let's get our RPMs pulled back. They're overheating our engine a little. And oh no, we've lost power. I'll demonstrate. See, there's your anti-stall system. Keep your wings level. The airplane cannot stall. See, the airplane cannot put itself into a full stall because of those spoilers. Spoilers? Oh, it's auto slats. The auto slat system prevents a stall. We may try to do a full stall landing here and see what happens. I may have to reload the airplane because, to be honest, I have never done this. Oh no, we lost engine. In the manual, it recommends to do this if you lose the engine of the aircraft. Who knows, we may shoot the landing gear off here because I've seen images of a crashed AN-2 on Sibwings' site, but see, we're falling pretty quickly, but looks like we're gonna make it. Yeah, that was probably about 500 feet per minute. Survived the landing. The engine's being real cranky right now. We'll get it to stop smoking, but there you go. That's honestly the first time I've tested out the auto stalling system all the way to the ground, and by AccuFuel sound effects, you would have survived that landing. Put it in 2 degrees of flap so we get some lift off this ground. If you're looking for speed, this is not your airplane. This airplane chugs 100 ground speed if you're lucky. She's very slow, but she'll carry about 2,000 pounds, so if you put her in the right spot, she will haul and do just as good as the big contenders. Like the 208 Cessnas and so forth. She'll show them what for, I believe, if she was allowed American registration. She's technically, and I think it's on the door of this one too, an experimental aircraft, meaning she cannot fly passengers or cargo because of that experimental certificate. See, right now we're at pretty much fastest speed we're gonna get. Pull our flaps in. But she's very slow. Oh, to give you a definition of how slow she is, I flew her from Longyear to Hammerfest. This video you saw. 5 hours. And that was with a couple stops in between. Like an overnight stop in a place and a stop to refuel the tanks, because that would have pushed the airplane way past its limitations. Landing there, I had about 40% fuel left, and for the distance I was going, near the end I started getting a tailwind, so I was getting better fuel mileage. Yes, we're diving through these just because. She is not a very aerobatic aircraft, and if I start seeing comments that this baby was in the Expendables, we all know. Okay? We know. That's not where I know this airplane from, but it's where most people probably know this aircraft from. And by the way, this resets every time you go outside. You've been turning for a bit. See? It's got to adjust itself back on course. But overall, I would recommend picking this airplane up right away. This is a very, very fun to fly aircraft, and the reason my videos are made the way they are, where it's live and I can give you my impressions while I'm flying, because I'm giving it from a perspective of the guy who's flying it right now, not an after the fact commentary, which they are better, it seems, than what I do. But I like to give this is how it performs, and this is me flying it performance, because you can hear my yoke here. It's my yoke. And no, I didn't eat my sushi in the background. The fish died, so the tank's been drained, and you will not hear a fish tank for some videos. I even get rid of the thing. Let's bring her into land. Right now, we're going to put all of our flaps in at once, and what do you know, we can line up for the coral runway right away. Like I said, give me an inch, I'll take a couple feet. Take a centimeter. Alright. You know what? I imagine one day I'll get so good with this airplane that one of those open hangars, I'll just fly right into it, put the wheels on the ground, stop before the end of the hangar, shut it down, and be like, "Hey Jackson, what's up?" "Oh, hi Ace." By the way, if you're wondering what all those towers are there, that is the military section in there of our airfield. The ex-militaries, B-17s, Avro Lancasters, Avro Vulcans, yes we have one here, all reside there. Nice typical barracks and so forth. Civilian Mustangs and so forth reside over in these areas. Over there, the big parking pad you're seeing is indeed built for big airplanes, such as the America bomber. No, I'm not saying America. It's technically, I'm not saying it